The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
You're live.
Whoa! What's up, humans? Fellow humanoids. Happy Sunday. November I know the answer. 17th, 10:01. We're more on time than usual. Congratulations for meeting us here. How's everybody doing? Cool. Good story. All right, moving on. Just kidding.
How's everybody doing?
We're going to do the usual. Is the sound okay? I'm going to scald my face off with this incredibly hot coffee.
Morning, everyone.
Hot? Christ. That is so hot. I injured my face internally.
Did y'all know that Tim is famous?
He's not famous. What is she talking about?
Yesterday we were driving down the road and somebody was beeping the horn and flagging him down like, "Hey man, I love your knives."
I just put my hand out the window at first. I was like, "Hi."
No, he did not.
And then I saw that he is stopping traffic and like.
Mark Kane said infamous.
Yes, infamous, not famous. That is true story, sir. Yeah, he just was like, "I met you at Blade Joe." That's kind of neat.
And then he goes, "Nice to meet you."
Yeah, because I think he was nervous on the spot. He's like, "I met you at Blade Show 2 years ago, and I love my knife. I got it on me right now. Woo! Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "You too, buddy." And then we drove off. And then
Aaron
like,
B, no worries. When it doesn't display your apartment number, it is actually on there. When you get the email, it just looks that way.
Yeah, it should be.
So you're good to go on that. Yeah. We'll double check just to be sure, but.
Yeah. What am I doing today other than watching my stupid face?
Tim, do you use the Queen Elizabeth wave from Gus D?
Blank stare from behind a coffee cup.
When you were showing.
Oh, it's because my window was down like this, and I have dark tinted windows because I'm private. So I was like, out the windows, like, "Hey, that's all the room there is out the window." Yeah. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Tim, try a small ice cube to cool off the coffee a little bit from Mr. Matt.
Yeah, I usually, CW usually makes the coffee for me because I have sensitive internal face meat, and she knows that I'm a sissy when it comes to hot coffee, and she'll usually cool it down. However, I did it on my own today. I tried to be an independent human, and that's what happens. I do stupid things.
That's what happens when you try to be an independent human.
When I'm left to my own devices, nothing goes correctly. I can make knives, I can design those without CW's input, and I can almost dress myself.
So I don't know how much we're going to say, but Tim was extremely excited about something he came up with yesterday. I don't know how much of it you're going to reveal, but he was so excited, y'all. He couldn't contain it.
Patent attorney's already been called, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
For real. And I've been trying to crack the code on this for freaking years. For years. There's pictures of it on the post from Patreon. And I think, did you post that on the tubes and the Instagrams?
No, I didn't post that yet.
Ooh, man.
So it has to do with the finish.
It has to do with the finish. That's it. That's all we're going to talk about. It just has to do with the finish.
And I will say that Ryan Henley will be very happy about that. They're all saying, "Show us, tell us, spill the tea."
You want to talk about it?
They didn't say spill the tea.
Spill the tea. This is the Boston Tea Party, man. No taxation, no representation. Pour that shit in the ocean. Bye. Game over. Freedom.
Hey, Joey.
Morning, Joey.
Cheryl, we got news that Grant answered one of your emails, and I was very disappointed that he called you Joey. And I was like, Cheryl's gonna think we don't know who they are.
I read that, and the
I was like, we are very good friends with them, and we know exactly who they are.
Well, we divide the emails up, and when they get too much, he just goes through and grabs the ones that he's like, "Oh, that hasn't been a few days." Well, it's been a few days since we answered it because I wanted to get to it personally because, I know you guys are the friends instead of just normal like, "Hey, how come I can't order your blades? They're always out of stock. You're stupid." And then I'm like, "You're stupid." So they don't let me mess with the "you're stupid" email.
Anyway, we know who you are.
Yes, we know your name. I mean,
so Will B said, "Don't tell anyone. In a month, another company will be doing it." The thing is I told him, don't tell anyone how you do this, what you're using, not even people that work here.
Yeah. Nope. I will not reveal the process. to do what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan.
What?
He said, thanks for all the hard work you guys put into my accomplice. I should have told you I'm a lefty. I will never forget that now. I always remember when people say they're lefties.
What about it?
He got his accomplice. I guess we set it up for right-handed.
Oh, just take the screws out. Nut job?
Left-handed people are smarter.
Or in Ryan's case, they can't figure out how to take two screws out. Oh,
No,
I said that.
I've heard that like a different side of their brain works.
Yeah, I was just saying. Right now, Ryan's cussing my face, and I'm laughing about it.
Nick Martino, I love and appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you. We appreciate.
We love and appreciate everything you do. That's what we do from here. Man, this coffee is weak, but it tastes like horse urine.
So are we going to show this new...
I don't know, man. Okay.
Stuff?
So my advisor here, you see this? This means I'm really contemplative. I'll talk about it, but the process... I mean, look, here's the thing. There's no way on earth anybody can figure out what I'm doing by looking at what I've done. There's no way. Because there was one company on the planet that knew how to do it, and I've been trying for years and years and years and years to get a nickel boron black, and I effing did it. Like, I did it. No BS. I did it. I finally mixed and mixed and mixed chemicals for 3 years to get the black nickel boron, and I freaking did it. Like, I did it. I don't know if y'all understand how incredibly exciting that is. Black.
Bonomo said, if you guys are going to put a dark finish on your blades, just say so I can cut you a check for several $1,000s.
Black nickel boron. Let me slow it down. Black nickel for real.
Now, let me just say, there is a company that we were getting it from that we used to call it Battle Worn because that was their trademark name,
right?
That they used. They're so upset that we even use that term on our website that when we quit using us, told us to take it off.
So the name of this company, should I even say it? No, I won't. Because I mean, look. Anyway, you either had to engrave their.
Everybody's saying, "Show us."
I will, just a minute. Take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Ooh, you know what I'm doing? Takira today. Wait, it's closed. My favorite one, isn't it?
Yeah, they go to church.
Oh, good people.
Oh, yeah, man. Congratulations on your constant progression from Matthew McCann.
Look, man, y'all don't understand how much time I spend in my shop, laboratory, prototype stuff, tweaking, trying. And there's 2 more things coming before the end of the year, too.
I know, Chris, I'm trying really hard not to say it.
What?
He said, Cito, you're going to blurt it out laughing.
Yeah, she won't, because she understands how protected this needs to be. So the company we used to use, they did a good job-ish, but when they didn't do it right, they would blame machinist or me or the weather or whatever. Actually, it's just interesting backstory behind this whole company, but they left the leadership of that company to a kid. Like, he worked there and it was shady how they came about the process, blah, blah, blah. And I just couldn't work with them. I could not deal with the crap that came from working with this company. Only place in the world that did black nickel boron. And it was just tough, right? So we left.
You can't put black on top of nickel boron. It's like, it doesn't.
Yeah, because Cerakote will come off. So you either have, the thing is, the lubricity from nickel boron you get from sliding through cuts, I couldn't give up. And if you try to do any other color of black, it just comes off because nickel boron is so freaking slick and it's so hard. You can't just, sandblast it and make it frosty and paint over it. It'll come off. Straight up come off. We could put other coatings on top of there, but then that would negate the durability. If you put the Cerakote, trust me, we tried just to do black runs of blades. Anyway, it's a chemical process, and it's a very involved chemical process. And I lost my mind. I lost my mind, and I did it on like 10 blades. I did it on a compensator that friends of mine at Stoner CNC are making.
So you could show that to show exactly how black. Are you allowed to pick up that kind of thing, or is that considered a?
No, it's just a piece of metal. Where is that?
So you can get it to like how we used to do them, where it's like a really dark gray and kind of brushed, or you can do it for really, really long and it will be completely black.
Yeah, so I'm letting it cure more. But I'll tell you what, my process that I came up with is more durable than their process that they were doing.
Did you lose your compensator?
I did. I'm compensating for the compensator. What do I do with it? You know, oh, there it is. All right, so let's look. This was nickel boron. Can you see how freaking black this is? And a
lot of people are saying they're going to have to start their whole collection over because they always wanted the black blade.
Yeah, we did too. So look, underneath is the standard. That's the different, the color contrast. So inside, I didn't do the treatment. Look at that. Look how black that is comparatively. But it's still nickel boron. Oh yeah, this is reverse threaded. Sorry. Lefty tighty. Anyway, so that's how black you can get it. And this has just got some ballast all over it. But the finish that... Anyway, another on this comp, this thing is an 88% reduction in recoil. So friends of mine make this, and this has hit the market now, and it's incredibly awesome, but I haven't done any reviews on it because I don't want my channel to get banned, but we're going to release this under another company name soon. In this model, black nickel boron, because I'll be the only person on the planet that knows how to do it. Ta-da-da! So anyway, now look at the difference in colors. Let's look at standard nickel boron Recon Distress T1C. This is what you guys are used to seeing. Those of you that have been around for several years are used to seeing this. Now, look at the freaking difference in color. Those of you that have the old school battle-worn looking blades will recognize this finish. So it's nickel boron. This is black-ish, and then underneath it's got those tones of bronze, right? So what is the thought on this finish compared to the bright gray? So that's kind of a black gray. We take, and there's a distressing thing that I do to kind of make it look patina-ish. After
they love it,
I blacken it. I mean, this is what we started with, right? And it was incredible, and it was game-changing, and then I just had to move away from it because they're dumb and hard to deal with. So that's the Battle Black, nickel boron Battle Black, right? Or I may just call it Recon Distressed so that I don't get in legal problems with these stupids.
They don't own the word battle.
But look,
they trademarked the term battle.
So look, this one is black as night.
Is that one that you cured longer?
I did this morning on an Agent 003 that was on the wall. So it has a satin finish. We can matte it out more, but this is before I did the antiquing.
So the cool thing about this is it's not going to come off like a coating. It's
right. So it will wear like nickel boron. When you use your nickel boron bolt carrier, or you guys put your blade in and out of the sheath a million times, it polishes the nickel boron, but it never comes off. So it'll be nickel boron, but you'll get these highlights, which I did a heavier version of it on this one. But see, it's still that matte. So this is the deep black. I mean, it's so black that it almost looks blue.
Bee's knees.
And then here it is next to a standard nickel boron T1C. So I know on camera, unless they're next to each other, it's really difficult.
Okay, black with black grips and black screws is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's the blade I always want to carry. I just haven't been able to do it. But y'all don't even understand how substantial this is.
Did they really, Stuart?
What?
He said MKC just announced a new dark finish that smells like nickel boron. They better not.
I don't know. I mean,
they'd have to, I don't know how they'd come up with it.
DLC.
Oh, well, DLC is not as, it as durable?
No, DLC scratches off, and nickel boron never does.
Murdered out. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah, I just love this look. So, yeah. I don't know which one we're going to go with. I do kind of like this, and CW does too, where you kind of highlight the edges and patina it down a little bit. So, anyway, I've already got the the chemical makeup.
Hey, King of Knives, I saw your question about the Javati grips. I'm not sure right offhand. I'll check on Monday. Are you waiting on an order? Javati.
I mean, the contrast in colors on these is really, really exciting to me. I am beyond excited about this. It'll be interesting to see if MKC comes out with a nickel boron, is anybody going to be able to deny where they got that idea from? Anybody? No.
Yeah, you're the only person that has ever put it on mine.
Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. At that point, it's like, okay, secret's out. Y'all see that back there in the back? This lighted thing? Can you see this?
Wow, it looks good.
Lebo sent me this thing. Can you tell it's lighted from the camera? It's probably super far away.
Hey, Ron Crow gave us $2. He wants to know how nickel boron coating compares to DLC.
I mean, it is about 700 times more durable. Am I still on this thing over here? So this is the cover. You got two different covers. And I think this thing's 3D printed, but you can see through it. It's freaking awesome. So I stuck it over here because I thought it was awesome. So thanks, Lebo. That is freaking cool, man. It's really neat. I love seeing how people are creative.
You can see it really good back there too.
It's 3D printed. Look.
People are asking if this could be done to their existing blade.
They can. Actually, it can.
People,
but the problem is now to do it after the fact takes for freaking ever. Forever to do it after the fact.
Why?
Just because at that point you can't do the process. Because so now what we're going to do is the nickel boron is tied into this process. So it's another step. So it's a wash and a dip and a dunk and a this.
Microtech was using it on the internals, but as far as like on a blade, I think it's hard to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, Microtech's done it on internals for years and years. Actually, they came up to our table my first year at Blade Show. And he's like, man, nickel boron on the blade itself, that's brilliant. So yeah, they've done it on internals because nickel boron is a bearing coating that is high lubricity and high wear resistance. So, you know, bearings run several 100,000 RPM, some of them do, and it just doesn't wear and doesn't break down. And it, like if you have it on a bolt carrier, which is where I got the idea, a bolt carrier in your firearm, if it gets covered in carbon and it's a nickel boron, you just wipe it off. And it just runs like you can run nickel boron unlubricated for 100,000 rounds. And then, I mean, I love them. And then I thought maybe we should do that on a blade, and I did, and it was great. And then we did the battle worn, and they were hard to deal with.
Yeah, because your love of firearms always comes out in what you do on the blades. Like even the new grips that you're doing, you're color matching with certain firearm colors. Yeah, man, those new grippies, super duper excited about those. The battle lock grips. Will the 80 CRV2 patina through the nickel boron?
No. See, that was my fear when I first came up with the process, because nickel boron is not corrosion proof. It is highly corrosion resistant. So if you're in salt water, high salt spray, an 80 CRV2 with a nickel boron blade, and you never wipe it down and it's really, really exposed, it can rust through the nickel boron. It's kind of like the shape of that is cylindrical under a microscope. So it can get to the substrate, which is also what makes it so lubricious, because it's cylindrical when it forms.
How do you think it would look with topo?
Oh, I mean,
Hunter.
The crap. Because all of the blades, if you guys see them back in the day, hold on, I'll grab one from old school.
All the blades I have on order need to be black. I'm so happy. I knew you would be, Ryan.
So this is an old battle worn blade when I was testing out laser stuff. So you see how you get this matte gold look?
Earwoods.
Yeah. So this is the original battle worn, and then I did it, but see it's got some crap in the steel, but this is an old Bushman.
It really shows up on there.
Yeah, every engraving will show up 10 times more on the battle black. See, so if you look at the old coating and the new coating, guess what? They're going to poop all over themselves that I figured out what they're doing. They literally, I can hear them defecating down their legs right now. I can sense a disturbance in the nickel boron force. I sense it right now. I was actually building, I'm building out a series of 4 firearms for a new project that we're doing in certain color matching for a reason. Don't want to say too much because I just don't. Yeah. And I was testing this process, and then you're talking chemical mixing, you're talking duration, you're talking time, you're talking heat, you're talking electrolysis processes. It's pretty freaking involved. And I've been trying for...
Wasn't your dad a chemist?
Yes, he was.
It runs in the family. And
then, anyway, it's exciting. I stopped what I was doing, left the thing, because when this final batch got finished, I try it. I go, okay, let me try a different this and different that. Research. And then I got done with it, and I lost my shit. It was at 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I was waiting to text C-Dub upstairs because I didn't know if she was awake yet. And I was like, hi, good morning.
He was extremely excited.
I love you. And then she's like, just having coffee. And I'm like, but look, and a million texts. And she got really excited.
So they all want to know when this is going to be available.
So now what my job is, see, we're moving into the new shop, which is good because we're going to need room for this production line to do this. So that's going to be a thing that we're doing. That's going to slow it down. I hope to have the production line completely up and running on this by 1 January. That's the hope. And I don't really know. You guys can tell me. Is there a reason to stick with the nickel boron T1C? The gray? Would anybody even want the option? I think I know the answer to that. Probably no.
I think that most people, when we switched from the battle one before, were disappointed.
They dealt with it. I mean, because we didn't have a choice. I mean, the funny thing is, I think the Huntsman on the website, the picture there still has the battle-worn look. But now, this is TKel exclusive. And I can tell you...
Umberto, once you go black, ...
You can't say that! You can't say that here! Yeah, you can. You can. You can say it. Yeah, so... The cool thing is, it's going to be protected as a TKel thing, the process. And my process is betterer than the other place's process, which is freaking cool. I believe it's more durable.
Trust Monkey. He sounds like my ex. JW, make Tim sell me that knife in his hand. Which knife is in your hand?
This old Bushman with the deer woods on it? Well, it's not warped.
I could sell it, right? It doesn't have the swedge.
No, this is a Gen 1 Bushman. Old battle worn.
Does that mean I can't sell it?
Well, I'm just looking because I have a few set back in here that I don't want to sell so that I can have one of the originals. Yeah, I got enough originals.
So there's a couple people that said they would still want the gray, but mostly everybody says...
Why are you dumb and want a gray knife? You're supposed to be excited about this, not I want the old stuff.
It's just one person. Brenna Cosmic likes the gray.
Oh, he's eating mushrooms. Cosmic has to be. So, I mean...
He said gray is his favorite color.
Pink is my favorite color. Remember that song?
No.
I'm all in the 90s music.
What is that?
It's a song from the 90s.
I don't recognize it.
I don't remember. Maybe Red Hot Chili Peppers. Don't know. Somebody will know. Some audiophile will know. So yeah, it looks like... Look, here's the problem. You're going to start a fight telling people they can buy this Bushman.
Only one person asked for it.
Really? Okay, cool. There it is. But that's... it's not as special to me to hang on to the old battle worn blades anymore because I don't have to now. Like, look, let's look at a comparison. All right, so see this? Nickel boron battle worn. This, you can obviously tell this is an early striker. This is the first one I ever made. On the production side, I have the hand ground one. See, this is deep engraved with my name, and then USA made on the spine. But let's look at it.
See, there's people saying they like the old look still.
This old look or the gray look?
Oh, which one, Gator Aaron? The gray one or this battle worn look?
Same. Twins. Pretty exciting. BTW. You're not allowed to like the gray, by the way, in case you were curious.
Hashtag merch for some merch.
Which one did they say?
Let me see.
I mean,
hold on. Y'all do the hashtag merch for some either shirts, sweatshirts, hats, or all of the above.
So here's a striker in each nickel boron. Sight thumb.
Okay, so he is talking about the gray, the darker color. Yeah, the darker color is just better.
I mean, look, we've been super sad since we had to leave it.
I mean, I guess there might be a case where, like, say you had the silver screws and you wanted the contrast with the silver blade, and then you had like blue jean micarta grips or something that
I don't think it would be an issue because this process is going to be in-house. We don't have to. I don't see why.
Yeah, they could just say, I don't want mine darkened.
I mean, another drop down, is that what we do? Battle black or T1C?
I think it would be such a minority they could just write it in the notes. It would just come black, and then if they don't want black, they just write it. Because I think most people will want it black.
Does that make you racist? I don't want no black blade, man. Freaking racist. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna have to keep. That's how we're gonna keep from making two different ones. Just call people terrible names. I gotta turn off this stupid. Man.
Sell both so we can buy both.
Yeah, we might. We might. Georgie's texting me with new names. he must be excited. I got to turn off the camera. And
new names like for this Battle Black?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You want to hear them?
Yeah.
Battle Forge, Battle Born, Battle Wrath.
Somebody said something earlier. I think it was Raymundo who said...
You know what we should do?
TKel Black NB or something. Say what it was.
Nickel Boron... TKel nickel boron, you know, like we have the T1C now, the tier 1 coating, because it's incredible. So it'll be T1C or Battle Black.
Battle Cat Black.
He literally just ran through here. That psycho did.
Battleborn is already a lubricant from Nick Martino.
Can't do that one. Sorry. Maybe we should take a vote. Here's the thing.
Battle ready.
We've got the new Battle Lock grips. Is that too much battle? Battle Lock, Battle Black, Battle Born, Battle Rattle, Battle...
Okay, he said TKel Black NB.
That's probably pretty close to... Oh, I'm sorry. I got to turn the stupid camera off in the thing. Just you know, it would not be our live without me screwing around on my phone.
TKel lights out. Jeremy said just TKB in all caps. Battle ready.
I think.
That's good.
I think.
Never too much battle.
I'm pretty sure if that's our machinist friend, Jeremy, he is probably just as excited as I am. Because Jeremy's been around since like day 5 of the company. Maybe day 55. But we all hated to have to leave that. But we didn't have a choice because... I'm not name dropping, but man, the consternation that those people caused made me want to just choke at him.
War Worn Black.
I thought about that because it's got alliteration. But then here's another thing.
Battle Boron.
Whoa.
Cool.
wait a second. That's pretty
cool, right?
Yeah, remember that. So here's the thing. We have EDC knives, and like the DP1 is an EDC blade. I would say the new Adversary is EDC style. We're making more EDC style blades next year, kind of so we can, because that's where we started. The Raider really was our first famous blade, and it's an EDC knife that can do double duty. If we call it battle something, does that preclude the EDC crowd from liking it?
Charles Tejada!
You know what I'm saying?
Won the merch.
Congratulations, Tejada.
If you already have shirts, you can get a sweatshirt or whatever you want. Just send us an email.
I can't believe I figured it out. I cannot believe. Actually, I know Jeremy remembers. We invited this insane person to the shop who's from close to here, and he had this crazy process, and it was similar but not the same. And then we tried using them so that there would be no problems moving from the battle worn to this other finish. And then this guy goes completely off the rails and starts reflashing my blades in nickel to make them turn black. Anybody can blacken nickel, but any of the nickel blackening processes don't work on nickel boron. So this guy just went off the rails, was like coating them in cooking oil. It was horrible.
People are saying that doesn't preclude the EDC people.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing. Y'all know Taylor Martin. He likes my stuff already. Like, without being paid to like my stuff, he likes my stuff. So I had the thought, like, does somebody like Taylor Martin go, here's TKel's new battle groups? Not very EDC. Because that guy doesn't even carry a firearm, I don't think. I don't know. But if it doesn't, battle boron sounds... But how many people aren't going to know what that is? You called me a moron, man. But...
Give yourself a pat on the back, Tim. You deserve it. Looks
I mean,
great.
it has been a long, long time coming. Like, it worked, and I went, what? And then I tried it in full scale, redid the whole process again. I went, oh, I think it works. So it was 80 CRV, the first one I did. And I'm like, all right, am I just blackening the steel underneath? And then I did it on AEBL, and it was black as night too. And I went, oh, holy crap. And then I did it on everything. I did it on that compensator from my buddy Matt.
A lot of people like the battle boron name.
Did we just come up with that on this live? So yeah, me and my engineer buddy John, and then one of my other business partner friends, Jeff, we all are already on getting the process protected, perfected, and implementing the whole... The cool thing is we're moving into this giant facility that was like, it's so big that we were going to be like, there's 4 people that work in the shop, and if they were all in each corner, we'd be 60 feet away, be like, what are you doing? So now we can put everybody closer because we'll put in this battle boron line. I'm trying it out. I'm trying to see how it...
Everybody's making little slogans for the battle boron. I'm not a moron. That's why I choose battle boron.
Right. Like, there's this dude that was at this... we used to sell at local markets, and this guy was like a history teacher or a science teacher and an artist too. And he says, it's not boron, it's boron. And I tell my students it's not pronounced boron because you're a moron. And I look at this guy, I'm like, look here, hippie, did you just call me a moron?
Wait, who said this?
Gray-haired man, remember?
Oh.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, our kids, because he had long flowing gray hair. Freaking communist. Anyway, yeah, he called me a moron. Like, pretty much, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that dude just called me a moron. Too bad you sell like 4 of your paintings a year, and I sell like top seller every week here. Hippie.
Let's hope he doesn't watch this.
There's no way that dude watches
He would
this.
get scared and run off. Oh my gosh, guns!
Oh, I'm gonna go vote Democrat. Ah, that's how I'll punish you. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. And I'm not saying bad things about gray-haired people. Because look at it.
How do you think this black will hold up to sheath wear from Walter Street?
So that is partially why you distress it first. And I know that's why in this other company, I I'm not going to say how you do it, but you distress it some first, because like if you're running and gunning and before you ask, yes, this would work on your firearm. For sure. It's going to show wear marks on the high side where that bronzish color will show through, which I think looks awesome. And I think that's why they called it battle worn, because as it ages, it shows that stuff. So high points on the blade going in and out of the sheath, I think it looks freaking awesome. But I will tell you this. Let's get me back over here. So this is the black. I didn't do the distressing after. And I put this, I counted 117 times in and out of the sheath. And it did that little bit there and that little bit there. But my process, unlike others, I can touch it up. BT dubs. So what I think we might do is try to maybe, no, never mind. I was going to say we might could make a touch-up kit, but no, that'll just be part of it. If you want to send it in and have it redone, we'll just be, you know, cover the price of the process, because that's not going to, it doesn't affect the coating, because the black is an aesthetic.
Call a patent attorney.
Done. Already done. I've already talked to a patent attorney locally about the screws that we have, and he said, yes, this is really innovative and patentable, and you prove that you came up with it, but you have to be a much larger company to be able to defend your patent. And here's the thing. This other company has it patented, their battle-worn thing that they do, but my process is different. So, you know, nana boo-boo. Anybody, maybe it'll take them 3 years to figure it out, but by that time, I'll have like laser beam coated blades and it won't matter.
Are you going to show us some new blades that you have over there?
I don't really want to, because we're still talking about battle boron. But
battle boron.
Boron, you moron. All right, so you guys probably saw the postings. This is the new DP1. Incredible.
Battle boron.
Yeah, how'd you know I did that? I did that this morning.
I didn't know you had done one of those yet.
I did it. So here it is, battle boron black, beautifully. And then look. See that?
That's my dad's signature. It's really cool because
can you see it at the right angle?
He's not able to sign his signature now. And
I did sneaky stuff.
We had this from a paper.
I think it was his mortgage.
Yeah. And we got it.
Because like he was so proud to buy his house that he took his time signing his signature. So this is like the best representation. And I almost cried. I don't cry, but I almost did. This blade means a lot to me and everybody involved. So
Pete Sake said that should be the first one with the coating available.
That's what I was thinking. Why don't we launch it like this?
I think we should.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If Tomas Alas is watching this or he watches it back, he will call me and be like, oh, please let the 007 be the first one. I'm like, beep, bump, bump. Sorry, I lost service. But look at this. Blacked out. So y'all look at this. This is 090 thick steel. Thinnest we've ever done. And then,
can you show it in your hand again for people that may not know? Just so you can get a representation of how small it is.
He's little, real little. It almost will fit palm to palm. But this thing is so freaking comfortable. I
think this is going to be really a popular.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really a
Stephen Clayton said Ashlyn is very excited about this blade.
The cool thing is it'll fit Ashlyn's.
Oh, and Joey is
humans.
We've got the tomahawk. What do you call it? The axe or the tomahawk? You call it an axe?
Yeah.
We've got the axe on the schedule, so it's going to be.
Yeah, that's part of today's discussion. So definitively,
Mom said Daddy is so thrilled.
It should be, man. I mean, you inspired it and you inspired me ever since I've known you. So,
and Vicky A said perfect for women in concealed carry. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
What's cool about this knife, Vicky A, is that it transcends all hands. Joey's, Vicky's, CW's, Tim's, Simeon's. It fits in everybody's hand. It really does. And that's kind of what our company has been known for, is making grips that make sense. I don't understand. Speaking of that, I can't even contain my excitement with some of the partnerships that are this close to coming through with world-renowned people and companies that they're equally as excited to team up with us. So I hope all this stuff that's been going around in the background for the last several months, it looks like it's all going to come like bam, 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 all at the same time, right around January, February.
Make a leather sheath for it. Pocket carry.
Yeah, actually, one of the guys in the shop,
will it
Jacob,
fit in our small leather sheath?
Yeah, but that's a big sheath for that thing. Jacob has got somebody he's trying to get to make the sheath it's like a fold-over style, so it'll be a lot slimmer line.
When are the DP ones going to be available?
We're supposed to start those January, but maybe even sooner, because that machine shop is just absolutely blasting through stuff, and the steel is there. So they may be before January. Well, they won't be done. There's no way in hell they'll be done, but they may be done Q1. I think we'll probably, when they get close to the finish line, like we're doing with the 007, it's like this close to done. So that 3 to 6 months will look more like 3 and less like 6 on those. So we may try to get even closer to the finish line where it's like DP1s are here and ready to ship. Because we've got, if you guys were on the live last week, we got the big blade show thing coming with Melissa Backwoods.
She's on. She was just on, by the way.
That's huge. And so that's going to be our major focus for, I guess that's technically Q2. That's going to be huge. Y'all understand the design that's gone into that blade? It's a lot. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been CW and Melissa and I have been back and forth. And what's going to come out of that project is a really revolutionary, awesome product. So that's going to be June. And then the DP1's going to be January, February. And Tomas Alas's blade is December the 7th. So that's December 7th at 7 p.m. for the 007. So we've got all these things that have been in the works that you guys have been getting excited about for, a year. They're going to be like, plus some strategic alliances and some new product offerings from some companies that are really good at. When I say strategic alliances, I don't mean like we're getting bought out by some ginormous company. What I mean is people in different spaces that are the masters of what they do that will add to our total package product.
Hashtag Nighthawk. I'm going to give away a Nighthawk blade. And it'll be blemished because I like giving away blims. Yeah,
I'm blemished and she likes me, so.
And Melissa said she's super excited. She's been playing with the resin proto.
Y'all don't even know. We got steel on order for that thing too. So we decided to kind of make that a big deal and push that further down the schedule. So that guy will be done. There will not be a wait on that one. And the ones that we're going to do, super top secret for Blade Show. What is it the young kids do?
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Can you show a Nighthawk so people know what?
I really can't.
What they might possibly win.
I'm too excited about the new. I guess I can show it in the old school metal one finish since I figured out how to do it now.
Ooh, can you do that for the giveaway? Can you do one for the giveaway?
You're asking a lot. You're asking a whole lot, but you always get what you want. So I'm just saying though, look at that finish. JS. I almost did everything on this stupid wall.
The person that asked how old my dad is, let's see. How old is my dad? He's, I think, 68.
Older than...
Let's see, he was born in 55. I'm sorry, I don't know right off the top of my head.
Look, guys, she's married to a Marine, and we struggle
Mom,
with
how old is Dad?
Somewhere between 0 and 100. That's where it is. So, yeah, that's a Nighthawk. C-Dub's giving one of these things away.
Oh, he's 69.
Well, there you go.
Thanks, Mom.
Simple math, right? 24.
So he'll probably be 70 when this blade. Oh my gosh, it'll be his 70-year blade.
Wait.
Surprise.
When his birthday is?
In March.
You want to do it then?
Yeah, March 8th. Let's release it on his birthday.
Done. That's a really cool thing. Let's do that. So now you guys know when the DP1's coming.
March 8th.
That's a long way off, though. They're almost done. I don't know if I can wait that long. Maybe we'll do a special run of like all the proceeds go to them on March 8th. Woo!
So what other new stuff do you have to show? You have, I see some agents over there. What are you talking about with the agents?
Okay, let's talk about this. So I got a concern.
Happy birthday, Smoking Rat Rods, Mom.
Yeah, happy birthday. So look, this is a 005. See this? It's got a thicker grind, much beefier primary bevel. You can tell. It's thick. It's a thick blade, but it's 125 thick steel, so it's super thin. Here's what I did. I ground this one to, so this is a 60,000th edge to make this thing stout, and this is a 20,000th edge. Can you see the difference? I'm sure you can. So I want to know, do we want to make these like combat level, stab it through a freaking door and keep going, or do we want to make it like super slicey steak knifey?
I know what people are going to say.
Because this is, you know, not going to be as stout, but what are people going to say?
They're going to say slicey.
So I had some of these done, and then I wasn't 100% sure if it performed the way that I wanted, so I hand ground this one in and gave the guys in the shop a quick lesson on how to grind a knife and blew their heads. They were like, whoa.
We're getting about 50-50, half and half, combat and slicey.
Because this will be like super cutty. And I'll tell you this, as it is, with all of this, the weight removed and this really, really thin, I mean, it's not weak by any stretch of the imagination. But let's look at the tip side by each. So neither of them's weak. You have enough behind that edge to be a durable blade. But this one with that deep V, I literally stabbed it through a metal
Hunter
trash
said, already lots of combat. I want that steak knife.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought people were going to lean towards, but it looks like I may be wrong. So this is almost a full flat grind. And the reason I'm not making it a full flat is because that would make that jimping ultra sharp, and you don't want that.
Oh, that's awesome, John. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about that. That short she did for us, I think it has like 10 million views.
It's because that knife is awesome. Just saying.
Aw, thanks, Mark.
What happened?
$199.99 dinner for Mom and Dad.
I'm gone, man. I'm starving. I'm fat. I need to eat. Goodbye, YouTube.
No, he said Mom and Dad.
Oh, I'm a mom.
We do take them dinner when we go over there, so they'll be excited.
Gosh, I got selfish just then. $200 coming your way, Mom and Pops. That's what they said, so now you have to take it.
Let's see. Nick Martino, grinding is probably the hardest part of mass producing knives. I know the grinders at Tops and Medford. They've been grinding their whole lives.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were kind of blown away in the shop at how deft of a hand that I still have. And I'm like, yeah, look, I've done this for thousands of freaking times. And you can see how flat that is. See how the light reflects and it's perfectly flat. It doesn't bend. That's not easy, right? But it's my craft.
So are you going to be hand grinding those to get them like that?
Hell no. No, we would just machine them down thinner. I mean, do you guys know how unobtainium these freaking knives would be? So what does it seem like? 50-50?
Yeah.
That means I'm going to have to decide.
All right, if y'all didn't enter for this giveaway, it's hashtag Nighthawk.
So are we 50-50 on the battle boron? Or is that like 100 or 99-1?
You talking about the name?
No, the coloration.
Yeah, most people like the dark, but there was a couple people that said.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a by request thing. Besides the fact that the quadrillions of dollars we have in photos of our current stuff.
All right, for the Nighthawk, here we go.
Oops. I mean, it wouldn't be a thing. And then, did we mention that I was thinking about doing 3V and S45V next year? Did we mention that?
Yay, Ed O'Brien, our friend. Congrats,
yeah, anybody
Ed.
else that's won, we don't really like you. Just Ed.
Do you have a Nighthawk, Ed? You probably don't. I know he's got a Piranha. Maybe an agent. Congratulations.
Life before Kirkland Organic Kombucha was a very, very dark place for me. Despite my girthy appearance, I do eat really, really clean. Just in case you were curious. And we went on like a 4-mile hike yesterday, and I didn't die or struggle, just in case you were curious. Man, that was great. Around here, you know, Chattanooga they call the scenic city, and it lives up to its name. But just within a short drive of our house, that you can get in the mountains, you can get in the river, you can get in the lowlands. It's just beautiful here. Big.
Hey, Ed said no, he doesn't have a Nighthawk. It will be
Congratulations.
number 6.
Congratulations, sir.
Congrats. We met them at Blade Show.
Yep.
And his wife.
Man, my eye's twitching. Ed, you made my eye go crazy. But yeah, so as often as we can break away from the knife stuff, we try to get outside. And that's really nice. Nobody seems to care, or C-Dub's like super silent, like,
oh, no, I'm just reading comments.
oh, yeah, I'm not here. That's whatever. I'll just start jumping around. She'll realize that I'm alive.
So what blades do we still have in stock for people that...
Everything that's on the Knives in Stock page minus the Guardian. I think we need to correct that. But we've been having some serious issues with our website. I don't know if it's like outside entities hacking it. I mean, like the other day, you couldn't add any of the stuff that was in stock to the website. They all showed out of stock. And I'm like, what in the world is with our... I mean, our traffic was like this, but sales were like this. And I'm like, something's weird. And we got a million voicemails. I've been trying to add this to my cart, and I can't. So then I go, look, they all showed out of stock. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? So we've been trying to dig into how often is
Hey, Vanessa.
this happening.
My sister's on. She said,
Morning.
I love the mountains.
CW sister's on.
Have you ever found Civil War relics while hiking in Chattanooga?
I have not. I see a lot of the cannons and stuff.
Mercenary is spelled wrong on the in-stock page from Hunter.
I think you could tell me that 5 more times and I may start to care. But right now, I can't do anything about it. So, you know.
Thanks, Hunter.
I don't even know how to spell. You can blame Georgie for that. He struggles with English.
Will you guys ever do a Dayglow G10 for a possible scale option?
I'm not really sure. I think that would be a really, really stupid idea.
So what about what blades would possibly ship before Christmas if people are wanting?
You mean this? Something like that? I would never do a Dayglow G10. Ever. Except for this. Right here. Pretty rad, right? It's daytime and it's glowing.
Strange. No way. The Mercenary is awesome. Yeah, y'all didn't know that was the new name?
Yeah, MARSOC, Marine Corps Special Operations Command. Duh, get with it. Try to keep up, people. Yeah.
So what do you think? Like if somebody wanted something for Christmas, I've seen a few people ask.
Okay.
What would ship?
I've thrown the gauntlet down in the shop. Everything that is outstanding that we have not sold yet, I want out of here by 1 January. And then I got...
And Jacob goes, that's impossible.
I got 4 bird fingers. And then I'm like, oh, way to go, underachiever. Thanks for really setting the bar high. Gosh. We're getting product flooding in because our supply line got super stopped for almost 4 months, which is, you guys know, because pretty much since Blade Show, we have not done our quarterly drops like we usually do. So usually we're completely out of stock and then we drop, bam, 2,000 knives and they're gone in just a few days. But we've had to do trickle, like 50 here, 100 here, because I'm not going to say America sucks because I love America, but our manufacturing and shipping sucks. I mean, one arm will be like 4 months ahead, the other one's 8 months behind, and then they never meet in the middle. So we have.
I just remembered. You forgot to talk about the new Piranha sheath because somebody just mentioned the Piranha.
We got time. We have still got time, friend. So we have a lot of blades that we could ship before then. We just have to get the crybabies in the shop to quit being babies and commit to. Actually, I'm kidding. We ship 50, 100, 200 blades just about every single day.
What about a Black Friday sale with blims?
I don't know, because the blim sales are freaking bedlam. I mean, we post those on the TKellians only page if you guys have Patreon. And I know a lot of people are joining, and I think that's because
the folder. Oh, they want to see the folder too.
Okay, we'll show the folders. A lot of people are joining Patreon to get access to the folders. So give us time. Georgie also, with the mountain of other stuff that he does, he has to take your stuff and add it to the website so you can get that. So if it's been a week, reach out and we'll make sure that's in there. But that just takes time to get everybody on there. So if we did blim sale on Black Friday, I mean, it would be crazy. Crazy.
They wanted to see the folder too. If you could show the folders.
You said that like 4 seconds ago.
Sorry.
So I'm trying to keep up.
Umberto, will the folder ship right after the order?
Yeah.
Or are they still making? Yeah, we're logoing them now.
They're done. Like 100%. There's 500 of those in the shop. And so here's peanut butter and chocolate.
Just sell a mystery blim. Nobody knows what they get. LOL. We almost did that.
We did almost do that for real. So here's the folder. The mercenary blade shape. Our friend. So, and I did want to say, if you see there, the clip is ambidextrous. So you can take this off and mount it to the other side if you want to. And it's a button lock. We finally got the freaking detent worked out. It's just a great blade.
So those are going to be Black Friday. Do we have a time?
I guess we should probably do that at noon so that our West Coast friends don't have to wake up at some stupid time in the morning to get these. Don't you think?
Yes, and for those of you who don't know, I think most everybody knows, this is a fundraising project to produce them in the United States.
So yeah, go look.
They are currently in the works.
Yeah, so go look on the website on Mission EDC. The Mission EDC is basically, we did the prototyping, the design, jerked them around to try to get all this stuff right so that we could get working prototypes so that we can get the feedback on, and these are the final prototypes. So what you're getting is a prototype blade that is not 100% the most baddest TKellians thing you could ever buy. It's to fund the project to get River's Edge Cutlery USA, Reckman, to make our folder. And its final prototype is almost done, but we're holding on the final of that to get feedback from this. So whatever changes, tweaks we need to make, that's going to go into production spring of next year. Pretty much they're waiting on me to give them money.
I don't know for sure about the price. We said $250, but Tim was like, I don't know for sure if I want to charge $250. So we're still.
I mean, that's what we need to do. I just feel like that's a lot.
Okay, Rob, the piranhas are done.
This is what we were waiting for.
Yeah, we were getting another new sheath done for the piranha.
It looks the same.
Constantly improving those.
It looks the same, but let me put it up.
So what? Next week they're going to start.
Did you hear it? Finally, a freaking piranha sheath that has a TKel click.
So is that going to be next week?
Yeah, because Jacob and Dustin have been building these blades. Look at that. Now we just got to get Seth to. I went and we finally have a piranha sheath that has a TKel snap.
So outstanding April piranha orders.
That's what they've been holding on. Those Nitro Vs that have been out there for almost a year. I'm going to tell you, this ain't no Survive 9, man. Y'all going to get your shit, okay? Just saying. Sorry. The insanity abounds. Look.
Hunter said, wait, so that's like the sheath I have. Mine clicks. Well, that's because Tim.
Yeah, I had to hand do all the ones that we sold in the meantime. But I took what I figured out to get the retention points right and put it into the mold so that now, look.
Pete, April combatant orders have mostly shipped unless we're out of a grip.
Yeah.
So
let's start the Sunday. What grips are we out of the TKL? Because that's half of our live broadcast. That's like, hey, where's my knife? It's probably grips. Or we forgot about it and we don't like you. And I just wadded it up and threw it away. Because that's what I do. So where do we land on the 005s? We don't know? That sounds like a Patreon poll to me.
Yeah, we'll ask Patreon.
Look at this. Look how black this blade is. There's actually a knife there. Why would you want gray? I don't even understand.
Hunter said, I still think you all should cut back on the amount of grip colors. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Can I tell them what we're going to do?
Yeah, you can. Yep.
We are going to, the new revolutionary grips that Tim is coming up with, they're going to be in, is it 4 colors?
4.
They're going to be in 4 primary colors, and then the other colors that you're used to
if you want to do like a custom
upgrade.
Right.
Since we keep having so much trouble about everybody having to wait so long.
Yep.
You'll have to wait for a custom. So
grip is going to be better, durability is going to be better, and weight is going to be better on this new Battle Lock grips. But
I didn't literally mean primary color.
Yeah, not Roy G. Biv, guys. No. Yeah, I used to play a smart guy. So they're going to come in a selection of those. And then we realize that people like to customize their stuff. I do. Like, for instance, when I buy a firearm, which you guys obviously know, I never do that. Actually, most of them are gifts, which is really great. It's terrible to be me. If I wanted to be matchy-matchy to a kit, or I just want to do something different, I'll go to Lock Grips, for example, for my P320 AXG, and I'll be like, and I'll order those grips. So we're still going to have that option to order those grips. But because the material maker that we use has been, they're used by other companies, they're slow. And I feel so bad about, so I'm going completely outside of my industry to a completely different process and a completely different material because I am tired of, 1, getting ripped off, and 2, having to wait for my stuff. So we're going to in-house these processes, and it's going to be freaking awesome. So, but we are going to cut down, like some of the colors. I think there were 7 that we went through and looked historically that just need to go away. Like Marauder never sells. Let's just keep Black Hawk and Javati. So stuff like that. Like Red Dawn doesn't sell. Let's just keep Brimstone. You know, so we're going to cut, I think, 7 out. It's going to put that number down lower. And then I wanted to just do all the burl because I didn't come up with the burl, but it was a different process that this company used. And I said, hey, can you do this and make grips that way? And they're like, yeah, cool. So I know there are other companies that are now trying to do the burl, but we're just going to pivot before they can copy us, which is cool because I love doing that. But that'll be an additional purchase. All those wild, crazy colors, because that's the stuff that takes for freaking ever to get made. If we did just G10 in solid colors and the boring stuff for the G10 that nobody wanted, then we
Hey
could
Tim, I'm torn between a SIG 365 comp or a Hellcat Pro, leaning towards the SIG. What's your thoughts? Any preference?
I have a Hellcat, and there are 6 365s back there.
There's your answer.
There's your answer. I shoot a lot. It's my, that's my stress relief. I have a range 100 yards that way. I shoot a lot. I like to shoot, and I get the opportunity to test a lot of stuff. I should do it like a YouTube shooting channel, I guess, but it's really just my hobby. The cool thing is we know all the people in the firearms industry, and I get to trade stuff for stuff. But I love the P365.
It's crazy what people give you. Like, I don't even understand. I'm like, what are they getting out of this? Why are they just giving you this?
Because our knives sell out. And they're like, hey, man, this person, this executive, this guy has been trying to get a TKel forever. Is there any way that when those come back in stock, I can trade you for a whatever? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. They'll wait too. And then sometimes I'll be sitting there, we'll be doing something, I look at my phone and C-Dub's like, what was that? I was like, oh, that's the FFL. She's like, what's somebody sending you? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. So they're like, hey, your whatever is here. And I'm like,
I always thought it was like they were expecting you to talk about it like on a video or
something. But we don't do gun content. So, and they know that. I'm like, look, guys, we're a knife guy. I make knives. I love knives. I carry knives alongside of my firearms, but I'm not going to talk about. They're like, no. Such and so within our company has been trying to get your stuff forever. And he said, call you. This is call. Did you know that? It's not this. That's like old school. This is call. Call you.
Hunter, can you tell them to send me stuff?
Everybody says that. I'm like, I could try. And like, I've talked to gun tubers and they're like, what? How in the world? Because what they typically would do is they would send this whatever and say, if you like it, you can buy it at wholesale. That ain't how it works for me. They're just like, here you go.
Oh, honey, Leon had a question about where you can put the screws on the sheath. Can you show how they can go in the slots and not just in the grommet or the...
Yeah. Let me...
We've had that question a few times. So you can move the clip into the slots
and all that craziness.
Only in the screw holes.
That's why those slots are there. So let's just use the Piranha sheath, for example. You see the slot? That slot is the same diameter as the standard screw. And we make them just wide enough where you can still get a clamp on that. So if you want to, you can put your clip in all of these different slots and slide it all the way down. See? So that way, if you want to run a pocket clip, you can clip this in your pocket with that DCC clip. And I know some of you guys like Ulti clips. I don't want to make fun of you, but I probably would in person make fun of you because I don't like them. I like DCC clips a lot because...
Why not? Why don't you like Ulti clips?
The Ulti clips work well. They're bulky and they rip up your freaking clothes. And the discrete carry concepts clips hold on better, are slimmer line and much easier to use.
Why do they rip up your clothes?
Because that little clamp, they grab, and then when you rotate that clamp down, it moves, and it over time, it'll just grind on your freaking clothes. I mean, look, if you got it like that, man, you know, you can spend a bunch of money on new pants pockets. Do it. Do you. I just like the DCC.
Do we still have Agent 003 blooms?
Uh-huh.
You want to show one? I'm going to give one of
those. 003? I mean, I got two on the table right here. I'm not going to show them.
Yeah, for people that don't know what they might win.
So this is the CG thickness, so 0.165 thick steel. The profile of the Night Stalker, our very, very famous blade on the Agent grip. So
is that longer than the regular CG blade?
No, it's the same look.
Same exact blade. Somebody asked me that the other day.
And the footprint. Sure. You better get with it, C-Dub. You're supposed to know stuff, man.
Well, I thought it was, so just the handle's longer, right?
No. Actually, if you look, they are identical blade and identical in length, because that was one of the things that I wanted to do so that you don't have any difference in footprint. So
you're right, Tim JK. How'd you know that? He said no AEBLs, though. That's right. I know all we have is ADCRV2. I think, should we think about just doing AEBL next year? Does anybody really want, I mean, is everybody just settling for ADCRV? Am I like the only person on the earth? Yeah, do y'all think we should keep offering the ADCRV2? I mean, it seems like we sell half and half, but I'm like, are they just buying the ADCRV2?
I think it's slow selling, and they're like, well, screw it, I'll just get it so I can get a TKel. That's what I think. Straight up, yo.
I heard you talking to somebody the other day about some other steels you might use.
Yeah, I mean, so we can use, and we've done some testing on 3V and S45VM. Our steel supplier now is offering all those CPM steels, and I love those too. It's scary for me to switch steels, but I know those are reputable. So the problem is because those are powdered metallurgy steels, it's going to cost us more to machine those. So the blades in 3V and S45V would be probably $30-$40 more, depending on what we've got to change in the heat treat. But just from a standpoint of we've got to surface grind that, and that's another process that we're going to have to add in, and that just takes time, and it takes longer to make. So I was talking with the dude at New Jersey Steel, and he said, I think you should offer 4, keep your ADCRV and AEBLs for the price point that people are used to paying, and then add in.
Regina.
What happened?
She said, I'm smart.
She is. That lady's intimidatingly intelligent.
No, I'm not.
She is. Don't let her lie to you. She's just really modest, which is great in a world of deplorable, depraved humans. She is a beautiful lady and modest. I don't know. I'm super, super, super. And she's smart. And she's pretty. Okay. Sorry, what were we talking about, knives? Let's talk about my wife.
So a lot of people are saying that they want to keep ADCRV too. But most people are saying they prefer ABL.
Okay, so what about the 3V S45V question? Because all my competitors are doing that.
Y'all chime in about that question.
One of these special projects that I'm working on that may come to, I'm pretty sure that dude's going to want to use a 3V or an S45VN, which is fine because we can do it.
Having the powder metal options would be nice, but I'd probably still go with AEBL.
So there's no point.
Well, I'm just the one comment.
No, I mean, I kind of feel that way too, but we want to listen to you guys. That's why, how many other knife companies do a live?
3V is a big yes from Gus.
That's kind of what I thought.
Love 3V, best super steel for a fixed blade.
It's good. And with the nickel boron and then the ability to make it nickel boron, whatever we're going to call it, dark, black. Did you hear that? Black. Sorry. Yes, again.
Oh, no, respectfully submitted.
What happened now?
No.
What?
He said, I ordered a TKel knife over 4 months ago, still waiting. I ordered an MKC knife and got it in about a week.
Well, quality takes time. I'm just saying. Did I say that? Oh my gosh. He just said
I love
that.
you, respectfully submitted. I know you watch all the time,
but there really is no but. That's super trolly. I'm sure that there's a reason. But good blades take time. Just saying.
Darren Strong, I hate to be the one to mention it, but Magna Cut seems you have to have one these days.
Yeah, but if you used it, I mean, really, we could do Magna Cut. I just tested it, and
lots of good positive comments on 3V.
Yeah, I mean, we can do Magna Cut. It comes from the same steel supplier.
Thank you, Arrigo 13.
It still seems a lot bandwagony to me right now. It hasn't really been combat tested and all sort of stuff enough for me to go, okay, we've tested enough. We know the durability enough at this point. That's still a really, really new steel.
3V is great, but I think ABL and ADCRV is great. Maybe do a drop in 3V and see how it sells. I personally like 3V and would love one.
That's kind of what New Jersey Steel said. He said, don't do away with them. Do a run in those two, 3V and S45VN, and see what happens. And then, because I don't want to alienate you guys. I'm like, well, the knives are going to be $100 more because it's $50 and this and that and whatever.
And let me just say, when you said you've been waiting 4 months, if there's something that we have, if we have a blade already done, we could ship it with a different grip. So if you're waiting on something, the issue. Yeah, if you're waiting on something, feel free to reach out. We try to help get it out as soon as we can.
Yeah, email really works well.
Mm-hmm. And Isaiah just asked about the FMF. Same thing with the FMF. Most of those have shipped, except for if we don't have the grip.
Yep, we're shipping lots and lots and lots of blades these days. I mean, lots. Is it weird that I'm so fidgety on these things?
How about an Agent 003?
Isn't that what you just did?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Like what? Did somebody else say that? Yeah.
Hashtag agent.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that a company that makes 150,000 blades a year is going to get it to you faster than a guy that made 12,000 so far this year. That just stands to reason. I mean, I'm not them, so I can't really do, I don't want to do what they do either. So, I guess, have fun with that. Is that what you say? Is that what the cool kids say these days? Have fun with that.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. I almost did it. Oh my God. You guys, so mean.
Lots of people really like the Agent 003.
I mean, honestly, the Agent 003 is probably more sought after than the original 001, I think. It just seems like literally when the agencies call us, or any of the 3 letters, or any of the law enforcement people, or anybody, they're like, we really want to get some 003s. That's what I want. I'm like, well, cool. Which makes me feel great, because that is the blade handle that I designed on the Night Stalker blade that has just been incredibly popular for us. And I don't care what you say, I have not seen a blade before or since that looks like the Night Stalker. There's stuff that kind of looks like it, but when you see that knife, whether it's on a Night Stalker grip or the Agent or anything else, you go, yeah, that's Tim's blade.
Respectfully submitted. I know that you're a follower, and we love you. I think it's just hard for us because we know how they operate, so it's a little bit hard.
Did I miss something? Did somebody have a feeling?
He's just saying he's not a troll, and he just
Dude, haven't you been here long enough to know?
He's just trying to let his friends know that they could get a blade quicker.
Haven't you been here long enough to know that I'm going to pick on you super hard? I hope you have the skin to take it. I'm sorry if I hurt your feeling.
Let's see. Mountain Guy, EDC. I love the blade steels you use, especially the ABL. I mean, I was cutting a lot of thick cardboard this morning without any issues with my Agent. And
this is crazy.
What?
So I didn't see this come through. Hold on. I got a freaking...
Rich M. I think 1095 is good for heavy use. Am I an old dork? Do you still like 1095?
I love 1095. I always have loved 1095. 1095 is durable. It takes a stupid sharp edge. You can sharpen that crap on your leather boot and then go slay the impending hordes. It's a great steel, but it got a bad name. Everybody's like, oh, 1095. So I'm like, okay, it's great steel. I'm telling you, my K-bar that I had in the Marine Corps, I could pry a door with that thing. I could slice animals with that thing, and then I could go to the river, sharpen that thing up, and get right back at it. Great blade, but it will rust if you look at it stupid. But it always used to kill me. Guys would complain about 1095. Like, if you don't oil any of this, it's going to rust. If you don't oil any of this, it's going to rust. So I just honestly couldn't find a carbon steel that I liked as much as 1095 until I got the heat treat perfected on 80 CRV2 and added a deep cryogenics. That steel with a spot on heat treat and a deep cryo, it pushes that Rockwell 2 more points when you do that deep cryo. And I'm not talking about like you took some dry ice and threw it in your bathtub and put some alcohol in it. Deep cryogenics is negative 300 degrees for at least 24 hours. It does not change the performance of the steel until you pull it down longer than 24 hours. That steel with a dual temper, actually 3, because you got to back those 2 Rockwell out, with a deep cryo, it is hard to beat, man. It is hard to beat.
HBD in the house says you inspired him, and he's about to get into forging some knives. And what steel would you recommend?
I'm going to tell you a secret. It's addictive, man. It's real addictive. I would start forging with 1084. 1084, when you get it to that beautiful salmon color in the forge, it moves like butter. It moves really well. You can make a quench from, like if you use cooking oil, heated to 125 degrees with 1084, and you make maybe 10 knives before you swap that out, you can make a knife that will cut for freaking
Does New Jersey
ever.
still sell their little, what do they call them, bar stocks?
Yep, they 1084. That is a great starter steel because when you cut it on a bandsaw, even if you cut it fast, it's not going to work harden on you. It moves super fast. You can make a good knife. You're not going to make like a superstar knife, but to get that feeling of how it's going to move under a hammer, I like it. I love 1084 for beginning. It's really good. And then, I mean, once you get to 1095, that's a little bit harder. 1095 is really funny. I would forge a blade and quench it, and then I'd lay it on my anvil, and I'd come out the next morning, and that thing would have split in 2 pieces and pulled itself in half. No joke, that happened a bunch of times. That's tough. When you get one laser straight, and you've worked your fanny off for days beating that thing and getting it heat treated and quenched, and then you lay it on the anvil, you come out the next morning. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
There were these beautiful, big, they were popular for a while. I forget the name. The chef's knife is big, and I made a couple of them for a local chef, and he actually went on, beat Bobby Flay, and he beat him, but it was thin. I mean, 10,000s top to bottom. Took me a week to make these, and I went back and they broke. They pulled themselves in half. So 1095s, it can get brittle, and if you don't temper it the same day, I'll learn my lesson. Temper that stuff that day. It's, you know, I was telling the guys when I ground this knife, took a lot of the weight out of that blade to make it geometrically a slicer versus a durable knife. And I took the time and I said, look, I have literally made thousands of blades with these hands. To be a knife maker, you need that foundation. You need to know how to beat it out. You need to know how it feels. You need to know how to balance a knife through grinding. You need to know how to heat treat, because if you don't, and you just draw it out and you have somebody cut your crap out and they just do it on a thing, you don't understand what a knife is supposed to be and do. So, yes, you can be a great designer, but you need to partner with a dude that knows steel, that knows how to make one, because when you get one back from a machine shop or from heat treat, if you're not doing it yourself, you need to know this is what's wrong with this knife. And if you don't have that foundation, I guess it
makes sense to like know how all the foundation.
Plus, it's fun. I mean, if y'all go back and look at my videos from 5 years ago, one, I would fill up this whole camera, like front to back. I was a big old dude. But you'll see forging. You'll see my first grinder I made out of a freaking treadmill and skateboard wheels and a bunch of metal I welded together. You'll see the whole progression of us from me being bored and making CW a chef knife out of a saw blade to today. And it's hard fought. And that's why we love our customers, because you guys have really kind of been there since the beginning. And everything we've done. You know what's
really insane?
What?
Is you were beating those out and selling them for like, what, $70 at the Chattanooga market? Man.
Yep. There's a lot of those out there too.
Still had those.
Sad face. But look,
that wasn't even worth your time.
No, but
we didn't know what to charge.
I was not a knife guy.
We didn't know anything about knives.
That's right. I didn't know the community. That's why none of the community does their stuff like this. Because
for the Agent 003,
I just didn't know. Like, I didn't know that people would pay that. Like, when I was active duty, I got issued. Florian
has like 1 million knives on order. You just got another one.
Throw it in there with that one.
Congratulations.
Sorry. Going off on a tangent like super story time. But anyway, humble beginnings, man. This is a weird thing that I do. Every time I pick up a bottle, these glass bottles, I just, even if they're full, I do this in the store. And if I got 2 of them, I go, whew. Anyway, weirdo. So, we were talking about making knives, and I got off on a long tangent because I really love it. So, Jeremy sends me a text and goes, Holy F word, you did what I dreamed about last night. So this dude dreamed, I'm assuming, that I cracked the code on the black nickel boron last night.
Are you serious?
That's what he said. I assume that's what he's talking about.
Oh my gosh.
That's what he said.
That's crazy.
Y'all don't understand how substantial that is. That is a big freaking deal. I'm pretty jazzed. And it worked every time without fail. So I got it, like, I wrote down the...
Everybody wants to put it on their current orders. Is that going to be a possibility?
I mean, it is, but the thing is, you know, we grow every year. And I want to back into that too. We've made a lot more knives this year than we did last year. I actually have built the beginnings of a whole lot more knives that we haven't sold yet. But that's not because we want to be one of these giant, I want to sell 150,000 knives a year. That came about from, there's a number of knives you have to sell to survive. But to make that many knives at a lower profit margin for the standard dude to be able to afford them, you got to hire somebody to help you. So then when you hire this guy so that you can make a living for your family, it gets more expensive. So then you got to make a few more. Let me
just say one more thing to HBD in the house. Also, Walter Sorrells has some good YouTube videos.
Yeah, Walter's got some great YouTube videos. I called that dude when I didn't know nothing about knives, nothing. And he actually told me a bunch of stuff. And then...
Yeah, Tim called him.
I called him straight up, like, you're a YouTube dude.
He was one of the only YouTubers back there doing it.
That's right. He answered my questions really reluctantly. And then like a year later, we caught it with each other. And he's like, how are you making so many knives? And I'm like, do you remember when I called you? He goes, yes, I do. And I kind of haven't answered those questions ever since. But he was cool.
He told you to get a Tormach.
He told me to get a Tormach. He did a video on a Tormach. I think he was the first knife maker I ever saw that had a Tormach.
Sorry I interrupted you. Finish what you were
I don't even know what I was talking about.
I don't either.
Okay, cool. Good story. The black cat just ran by.
Yeah, so they're asking, is Battle Boron going to be available?
Oh, yeah, on the old ones. So I'll back into this. Let me finish this other thing. So you hire a guy, you got to make a few more knives to cover his salary. Then you're selling so many that you can't handle the emails that it takes. And you're like, holy crap. So then you got to hire a web guy to handle the website that handles the email. So then you got to make a few more blades. So then your wife sees you're not sleeping and she's got to help you and you got to pay her. And then your daughter has to do that. So then it grows to this thing. And all of this is just so you can make the paycheck that the average blue collar guy makes. So then you're at this point and you're all the time sold out. And to get the price point and your margins where you want them, you got to buy this much material, but you're buying this much. So to be able to afford to buy this much material, you got to sell this many more blades. And it becomes this.
Wait, y'all, I already gave away the agent. I'm going to give away one more knife before we jump off, but we already did the agent.
So since the beginning of this thing, it's never been a goal to take over. It's always been, this is what we do because we like what we're doing and we just want to survive. And sometimes we feel the pressure of, holy crap, you guys are always sold out. And then, well, we need a better website. This better website's going to cost this. And I got to sell this many more blades to pay for this thing. And we have not found the balance yet of, okay, we got enough people to make enough knives for everybody in the company to make a blue collar wage. And I think a lot of these knife companies will get into trouble where they're like, I want to be a household name. I want to take over the whole industry. And then I think you lose sight of what it is to be a human, to me. I mean,
are the adversaries still on track to start shipping?
Look here, I'm having preaching time. We're not talking about adversaries. Yeah, actually, all the adversaries are in the shop. And what am I going to say? It's going to come down to grips. It's going to come down to stinking grips.
Yeah, any word of advice. If you have an order out and you've heard us say that we have the blades in-house, send us an email and go, I'll take any grip. And we could get
if you want to.
If you want to.
Like sometimes, we had to send some emails this week about, we had some knives that they were just too bad to ship. So we're like, look, all we have is this other steel. You can take this other steel, or we can cancel your order. I mean, I didn't know what else to do.
Cybersecurity tester. Do we need that? We've been having issues, but I didn't know. Is that something you need? He said, AJ's, do you guys have a cybersecurity tester for the website? Cannabis 613 could help, I'm sure, if you need him.
I know that Jorgie does a lot of that, and he actually makes some super, super secure websites for some people that need their stuff secure. I assume he would tell me if we needed to. But I don't know. I haven't caught up with him since we talked yesterday evening about what the hell is going on with
002 could ship, Matthew. It could be, yeah, it may be a grip color if you want to email us.
Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of stuff that's just like coming together.
I think I'll give away a 002.
And I almost said the name of that company that I had that conference call with.
Don't do it.
I almost did. It literally, I was like, gah. Yeah, because, you know, if we do that, these other companies are going to reach out. But you don't want to work with that small, nice guy. You want to work with us giant D-bags. That's what you want to do. Money here. I don't know. I hope I didn't make anybody too mad when I was picking on them.
Nope, you didn't.
Okay, good.
He actually just wrote a really nice comment.
Thanks.
Give away a warthog. Do we have any warthogs left?
Okay. Steel finish issues. Let's talk about that. New processes. That's part of our little post. We're going to surface grind everything next year. Everything. Which means I'm going to be ordering the steel thicker, and it's going to come in, and we're going to grind it to an exact. Because the rollers in the steel mill, when you're using a non-crucible, you don't have to grind it. But it gets this ugly freaking imprint on it, right? And it looks terrible. Either that or just ship them looking like crap. And it'll look like little craters and stuff.
We have any Blim 002s?
I'm sure.
I'm 001s.
Oh, no.
No 001s?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because those blades have been crazy, stupid popular. The next batch of those is supposed to start in January, but we're having
Top
issues.
King Dinner. I don't know how to say your name, but it's 007s are going to drop on December the 7th.
At 7 p.m. Eastern. 7. Get it? 2 7s? 007. Wicked blade. And we're actually going to be running those in a 25-degree angle. The 20 made the tip a little too brittle, but the 25 was slicey as H and super stout. Super stout. Y'all going to see some ballistic dummy testing coming from that guy real soon. The footage has already been shot. Ridiculous what that thing can do. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nuts. A lot of design went into that blade. Oh, my contacts got dry.
And it's hard to machine too, because it's got a whole bunch of like stuff that's easy for a machinist.
Yeah, because I'm that way.
And they asked if we got anything in the mail this week.
We got Lebo's thing.
Nameless Drifter says, have you had a chance to handle the Bastinelli I sent you by any chance? How do you like the Ergos? I
didn't get a Bastinelli.
Yeah, did we get a Bastinelli?
Nope.
How long ago did you send it?
I got a knife. Unless that's this one that I haven't opened yet.
You have a knife in there you didn't open?
No, I opened it yesterday.
Let's do an unboxing.
Okay, but I stuffed a bunch of stuff in here. Is Frank from Europe on?
He was earlier. Frank, are you still on?
Frank EDC. You see what that is, right? That's the blanks and the samples.
Oh, I didn't know we got that already.
Yesterday. So this is...
Should have been delivered Friday in a yellow soft pack.
No, I didn't get a yellow soft pack.
Check the tracking. Send us the tracking number. We haven't gotten that yet.
That's probably why he said should have been delivered Friday. So this came from Reynolds. I don't want to say his name in case he doesn't want it to be said. You guys recognize that? This thing is freaking cool. Spyderco.
Is that broken? Or that's how it's supposed to be?
It looks like he altered it. To me, it looks like he did.
Yeah, it looks like the hole should be.
Looks like he did some custom work to it, but it doesn't look used. Although maybe there is some pocket carry, but it's got that lock on the back, which I thought was really cool. My guess is he did that so that you could, yeah.
Oh, pocket snag. Okay, yep. He added a wave feature.
Yeah,
got it.
Can't say wave. That's Emerson. Just kidding. But yeah, so it's pretty neat. Really cool blade. I love Spydercos. I always have. One of my first good knives was a Spyderco. CPM S30V.
It's interesting that it's got the little ring on the end.
Camo and black. Yeah, that's weird because one, the ring's not big enough around. The angle is off where your knuckles don't line up, which is why mine does. And you feel like you're kind of searching for where your hand's supposed to go on it.
I did. I modded it for wave draw. Yes, it has pocket carry.
Works really well.
Frank says, you got the sample, right?
Yeah.
He is on.
I did. So, I'm trying to read this because my vision sucks. My contacts are getting stupid. But he also sent me this freaking cool challenge coin. I don't know if he works here. Probably wouldn't want to say if not, but it's a really cool coin.
It was delivered on the 15th.
A yellow package.
What's today's date?
I'm telling you. Today is...
We need to double check all our mail because I don't recall seeing that.
I got a pink package, but that was a return, I think. So look.
We'll double check.
Working together to keep Georgia schools safe. School resource officer. Honorable freaking work, but sad that we have to have that in this day and time. I love challenge coins. You guys know that? I think that's it, though.
That's all we got. Well, we got to locate this knife that he sent us.
Yeah, because I like Bastinelli's. I'm going to double check out here. I don't think so, though. I do not recall seeing a yellow package. I don't
seeing that either, but...
There's a pink one.
We'll double check.
Yeah, it would be out here, right? On my bench.
Hashtag 002. I'm going to give away an Agent 002 for our final giveaway.
Man, I don't want to know where that's at.
I mean, I could go look, but then I'd have to leave you to go look for it.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh my God, they're talking to me and I can't see it. All I can see is a monitor to make sure that I'm not like over here talking like, hey, boom, 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 boom. But I can't see words.
Said should be a plastic hard case. Where'd it go? All these entries.
Yeah. People
should be a plastic hard case in a yellow soft pack with blue marker.
Nope.
Yeah. I
plastic hard case. The only thing I got in a plastic.
Better check with the neighbors.
They wouldn't give me that. They'd steal it. No, just kidding. See, the only thing I got in a yellow envelope with a plastic hard case is this, but this is from Rugged Suppressors because I got a freaking front cap strike last weekend and shot the front cap of my suppressor off. But other than that, that's the only thing yellow that I've gotten. There's another used to a 616.
Pete, we sent you an 80 CRV2 and you ordered ABL. We need to get that corrected for you. Can you send us an email?
I'm telling you, man. The only thing I can think is if he changed
write it in my notes
after. And what I mean, Pete is the most patient freaking dude. Like he has my personal number from years ago before we got huge, and I could still take and he'll just like, hey, here's a good deal on this, like firearm stuff, and doesn't like inundate me with questions about his order. He'll do it through the email, which I really appreciate. I think that's very respectful. But yeah, that sucks.
So we had some questions about nightshades when they're shipping, sappers when they're shipping.
Great job on this pocket hook, Reynolds. It works really freaking well. Sorry, I'll quit playing. I'm gonna put that in my
pocket. Did he
pocket.
also add that ring to it?
No. This comes this way.
Okay.
And yeah, that's integral. You cannot remove it. It is part of it. Spyderco makes good stuff, man. I've never, all that patriotism made in America. Actually, no. Aren't they made in Taiwan? This says USA, Golden, Colorado. I thought they made their stuff overseas, or does some of it?
Maybe some of it.
I don't know. I don't want to say bad things and not know what the H I'm talking about.
Yeah, see, he added it, honey.
You added the ring?
That's what he said. I think he makes blades.
You added this ring? Is that true?
Yeah. Some pieces made overseas, most in the USA.
I'm talking about this piece. What,
oh, that's so cool. Steven said Andrea and I are rocking our CW shirts. That's awesome.
What did you make on this? You made the ring?
He said it was added. I assume that means he made it. Maybe you can add it as an after thing.
Because it's got a pin that you would have to press through.
Oh, yeah, honey. You got to show the Frank EDC stuff.
Okay, sorry. I'm just curious if you made that. Anyway, so I got to get the original
aftermarket part.
Okay. So it's a... All right. So here's the issue. Nothing, really. But it's an incredible looking blade. Let's look at...
But it won't look anything like that, right? That's just the blank.
This is just the blank. So here's one with a grip from somebody else. And then he made another grip that's even better than this grip and put this thing and sent it to me.
Hey, y'all need to follow his channel because I see where he posts pictures of his blades that he's working on.
So
let me see what
the other one that he did. It's like fully fills your hand, and this is actually just what it would cost me to water jet this at this. This is a very high quality.
And they put the price on there.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Of what the water jet fee, just this without the steel, so y'all get an idea of what water jet cost. So he made a set of slab scales that fit appropriately, but I want to do the 3D scales that he sent with the other. Dude said he could do that, but then he said it's proving harder than he thought, and I think Frank was working on getting it too. So
Hunter, would you be able to add Frank EDC's YouTube channel?
I'm sure he could. So this is his blade. This is the water jet blank. So I think we've got that nailed, but I want to still work on the handle. But it's got a super high grind. What's nuts is if he did this on his own and finished it around the same time I released this without having seen the dimension. Isn't that nuts? Look at that. I mean, so then when he sent me this as a gift, I said, dude, can we make this together? Can this be a Frank EDC and a Kell Knives collaboration? And he said, yeah, why not? So here's the blank. I want to do this next year, but we have got to get that original grip. I don't know how to do that because I am sure it took him hours upon hours to shape it.
All right. I don't know if Hunter's still on, so I found the YouTube channel here.
Cool. Do you know how to do that? I'm gonna grab some screws. We'll put this together on the live.
So here's his channel, and he's always posting pictures of lots of different blades that he's making.
All right, I'm over here. I'm just, having some issues here.
Oh, sorry, Hunter.
He's sleeping, taking a nap.
Yeah, it's just Frank EDC. You don't have to put the @ symbol.
Did you see the noirs over here? So let me just put this together.
Oh wait, Milos gave us a rhyme. Let me read it. There you go.
Yeah.
In TKel's giveaway, the stakes are high with blades so sharp they catch the eye. Enter the draw, and you just might win a knife that's crafted right.
I mean, just look at this freaking...
$5 from Darth Nerf Herder. Got the Mercenary, and it's absolutely awesome. Thank you, folks.
I love the Mercenary.
Mercenary is an awesome blade.
We'll show the comparison between it and the folder. So this is kind of prototype 1. I like how he dropped the G10 down there. I think we need to still make that full hand filling grip that he did, because that's what really made this thing magic. It doesn't even feel like the same knife.
There was a question somebody asked about whether the MR1 had the back edge sharpened, and I didn't know if we were...
It does not.
Are you planning on sharpening both for some of these?
I don't know, because that one, it makes that tip so brittle. So brittle. And what is great about the MR1 is that you've got a lot of stoutness in the tip for it being a really slicey blade. But if you sharpen this thing down, that will be a needle tip. And all right, so when you've got a Pikal, it's carried this way. This has the appropriate angle that pulls that blade not at a 90. So see how that's like that? You've got the V. So when you peck and rip, you need that tip to be able to puncture so that you can do that peck move and then pull. So that's why that's not sharp. It's designed to be used in reverse grip. So yeah, you can come in and out, but to be able to keep that tip stout, I don't know. Because that is
so basically thin. There is no purpose for that other than defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
you couldn't even open a box because you'd forget which way.
Yeah, like if you hold it this way, this edge is sharp, and that's it, and this one's not. So you would more than likely jack yourself up. So our wonderful people with the water jet decided to put a little stupid break-off tab on this, and it uses the same blank as the Night Stalker. And we didn't think to scream at them about doing that until after we had started working on it, and I got to get this stupid little water jet thing off.
Nick Bonomo said he requested double edge on his MR1 order.
Yeah, I mean, we do it. I'm just giving you the reasons why I don't advocate for doing that. It just, from a functionality standpoint, that's a really steep 30-degree grind on the back anyway. And it's not going to be real slicey, but I mean, as long as you understand that, like, you know, what's his name? Janich says the reason he recommends a Wharncliffe is because the tip is so fine, and if you break it, you broke it using it, and don't ever use that knife for anything other than defensively. I guess you could take that approach. Get out of here, you psychotic animal.
What was he doing?
Over there knocking stuff down. Like, he knocks my knives down back here. Like, this whole ring collection pretty much came from Stephen Clayton. All of these but that one and this Dirk Pinkerton. And then I'll come in and they'll all be gone. And they're like stuck in the freaking ground. And there's, yeah, not happy. Psychotic animal. So he's down there destroying that box that Reynolds sent. Any Hoosers? What are you guys doing? 15 minutes.
Did you check the mail yesterday, like the actual mailbox?
I did. Remember, I got all those.
Said it was delivered into the mailbox.
All those packages that I brought in last night. Remember, I said this was all stuffed in that mailbox.
Frank EDC says Janich is the reason why I love Warnie so much.
Yeah. It would have been in there yesterday, right?
Yeah, we'll just look around some more just to make sure it's not somewhere else.
That's really sad.
I know.
That would be the first time we've had something get taken. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it got taken because...
We'll check with the neighbors just to be sure.
Well, what has happened in the past is there's another 616, but it's not our road. It's like 3 miles from here. And for whatever reason, 616, completely differently spelled name, they stick our mail in their box. Because, you know, only numbers matter. Letters don't in today's society. So...
Can the front flat of the oxygen wrench tool be ground down to make it a mini pry tool?
I suppose. I've never tried that. Never tried it.
We got about 10 minutes left. Does anybody have any other questions?
Weird. That thing is going crazy. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, when I drink that garbage, non-organic stuff, my face starts getting bothered.
If y'all didn't enter the giveaway, it's hashtag 002.
Yeah, see, that works hard on these giveaways.
Did we show a 002 over there? The Warncliffe?
No.
So people know that they might win?
We should do that. Let's do it, lady. Nasty. And to combat what Frank said, that's why he likes Warncliffs.
Is the new shop going to have a storefront from Hunter?
No. The storefront is going to be in a different location. Because the new shop is just a production facility. But we do have the address for the shop. I mean, the store. And we do have the address. I mean, it's planned.
Are you going to come here, Hunter? All the way from Arizona?
Come work. Man.
Yeah, so we might be in another building with our secondary business that we might be doing.
Wink,
with
wink.
a storefront. And then this building is just going to be our manufacturing spot.
Yep.
That's
That'll
huge.
Be manufacturing, prototyping,
and
shipping.
Then ETA on Sapper and Nightshades.
They're okay. We just started the Nightshades. Like just. I don't even want to talk about it. Because anyway, we've had half the steel. And I thought we had all the steel. When we started digging through it, they only sent half because they were out of one flavor. And I'm like, just send the steel. You know, you sold it to me. Grind it thinner and send it. Okay, sorry. So they're
going to be late, is what you're saying.
They're going to be.
What
late.
About the Sappers? Where are they at?
There are, because those take forever to make. Jeremy's shop is like this far away, 11 miles. So one of the guys that works for us drives by there and picks it up. He sent 30 as soon as he got those done because they take forever. That's why that blade's so expensive. They take a long time. And I was going to hold until he gave me the next 70 because heat treating 30 knives does not make financial sense. If you've got everything fired up, you need to go ahead and do at least 100. Then it doesn't cost me so much. But they take so long, I went ahead and sent those. So there's 30 that are on the way now.
There's a lot of people asking about 005s also.
Yeah. Look, if you want them with the heavier grind, let's send them. You want that combat
if you want
grind?
the combat version, we could ship them as soon as next week, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Send us an email. If you want to wait on the slicey version, we're going to rework some of those.
Yeah. I mean, that one that you see laying there was on my belt, that thick grind. And I literally...
You still sliced a tomato with it, though.
I sliced a tomato with it. So the geometry is freaking great. It's just not like... Well, I mean, it did great. Steak knife, too, actually. It may just be me being dumb because it cuts. I mean, it cuts. And it pierces like a madman because it's that thin steel. There's an upside-down galvanized steel trash can outside of our shop. And when I sharpened the first one, I drew that thing and went just... Boop, and it went to the hilt. Boop, buried that thing.
Jorgie, this person, Cannabis, says, suggest to the web guy to update jQuery on the web server to prevent cross-site scripting. I don't know if you know about that or not.
Yeah, you nerd guys talk to each other.
004, when's it going to be ready? And adversaries and MR1s from July.
They're done. MR1s are done. Adversaries are done. We got the sheaths in. We're just processing through them. I'm not BSing. We had 2,000 blades in the shop that we tumbled and logoed.
Jorge wants to see Noir. Is he still in here?
Where did he go?
He left.
Cat! Psycho!
What about extended grips?
Do you want him, Jorge?
He wants to see the kitty.
No, do you want to keep the kitty? Do you want me to mail
Nitro
him?
V Piranhas, Aaron, we mentioned earlier, are shipping because we did a new sheath.
Yeah, Jacob has built those out. They're ready to go, man.
Do you have a 007 that we could see?
Yeah. But this is the 20 degree. I'm changing it to The 4s are a nickel boron.
Hi, will there be a continuation of Night Stalker CQC in the near future, and can you show us one, please?
Let's talk about the Night Stalker CQCs. I have 1,000 of them. They got screwed up that I can't sell. I'm really happy about it. There he is. Wow.
What does he have in his mouth?
He had something in his mouth?
Yeah, he's got something. Looks like toilet paper.
He's psycho, man. All right, here's the first. The double.
Man, that thing's awesome.
Thing's wicked. So this is a 20-degree angle, and I mean it literally is like a hypodermic. You won't believe how it stood up on the dummy, even in a rib. But we are backing this grind down to 25 just to make it a little more robust. I've never seen a more aggressive Tonto ever because I'm kind of an aggressive dude. Wicked. Wait till Tomas sees that we can do black blades. He's like, please. And that's the CQC. We have only sold Night Stalkers once this year. And that's our best-selling blade, and we've been unable to sell them because somebody at Waterjet decided to lose their freaking head and do some dumb stuff. So we're trying to figure out what to do with those.
So somebody did ask if you were going to do the Nautiluses earlier.
Well, that's part of what we're doing with those. We're turning them into Nautiluses. Come here. Okay, the Psycho ran away. Sorry, Jorge. No Psycho Cat for you. 007.
How about the extended grips? Are they still coming?
No. I mean, I hope so. It's all these projects that we started 2 years ago that really.
Hey, Sean C., do you have an order for a Warthog? I can't remember if we're out of Warrior grips, but we probably are.
Yeah.
So if you send us an email, we'll talk about options.
Mm-hmm. Options, Hawks. Just kidding.
Can you sell the CQCs as blims?
I don't know, man. I mean, they look like shit.
They don't really look like shit.
That's what Jeremy said, too. Jeremy's like, back in the day, this is how they all looked. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm more detailed, but I hate them. I hate them. What happened is we ordered this ginormous batch.
Put OD green grips on them. And we release them as a Christmas blim drop. These are the only grips you can get it in. It's slightly blemish, but you'll get it back.
Oh, with those small grips we made custom for them?
Yeah.
You understand how effing fast those would sell?
That's what I'm saying.
Do y'all want me to do that? A blim run in OD green only of the CQC?
Or regular Night Stalker.
Or regular, yeah, it'd be the same. Here's the thing. So
how much would we charge for them? 30% off?
I don't know, man, because if I'm charging...
We're basically only going to break even on those.
If I'm charging 30% off, that means I'm not paying the guys to put them together. Y'all got to understand mathematics in the realm of knives. We have some of the lowest margins in the industry.
Do you have one here that you can show, like, what's wrong with them?
Maybe that one.
Because people said, depending on how bad they are.
This one might be one.
Yes, AJ, there is a giveaway. It's
yes, here is one.
#002.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what they think about it. I don't think they're as bad as you think they are.
That's because I'm... So, here's... See how the ring is thinner in this spot? Right there? One that's thinner there. On this side, see that? How it's thinner than this side? And then if you sight down this blade... See if I can see how that's angled.
That's nothing, though. I don't think anybody would care about that.
Well, why wouldn't they?
I'm saying if they were getting it for a blim price, I don't think they would care.
That's called kerf. So let's come over here and talk about what that is. So when you sight this blade this way, there's an angle. And the Night Stalker started life to keep the cost down. We never did a full machine pass on this thing. As we grew, Jeremy and I got together and decided that we wanted to make what we always wanted to make, Virgin, the CG. High end, all the touch points are super smooth, thicker, because it has to be thicker to withstand the machining because it would freaking bend and warp and get crazy. So I was going to discontinue this and just go with the CG. Y'all freaked out. Y'all like, no, I loved it then, original, so we kept it around. Well, when it got water jet, the water jet guy had new employees. And the mixing head where the water and the garnet comes together, water and garnet coming together.
How many of those OD green grips do we have?
100, I think.
Oh, well, that's only 100 that we could sell.
I mean, we could ask and get more grips ripped out.
So the other caveat would be that our grips wouldn't fit as well, right? Because those.
So I'm pretty sure the battle locks fit.
Can you do a side by side each?
Yeah. You won't be able to tell.
I'll buy it as a blim and put my own screws and grips on them. Dustin says I don't think we even have 100.
I could probably get 100. I could probably get 5 bajillion in OD green. So if you look, see how the ring is concentric all the way around side to side. It's not thicker here than it is here. There's a slight curve, but not much. This one is so bad that you can feel it in your hand.
Yeah, I think there are some people saying they agree with you on it. So
okay.
If there's not enough of a demand for it, then we'll have to figure out something
That's
else.
the thing, because then if you buy this and you want different color grips and you buy the grips, they won't fit. They'll fit on one side, but the other side they won't.
All right, we're out of time, so let's do this 002 giveaway.
So what we've got to do is go through this batch of 1,000 of them. That's why we haven't sold them this year. And I've paid for them. I've paid for the steel.
Yeah, it sucks.
I've paid for the machining, heat treat cost, nickel boron cost. Y'all know what that cost? $114,000.
Yeah, we're out $114,000 of.
And they're just stacking up in the shop. And I go in there every day and I'm like, I got to smile about that. And that's not the only batch of stuff that's been jacked up. So we're changing our procedures on inspecting parts from water jet. That's so some are okay because the head was worn out and it just curved the piss out of them.
Run, Izzy!
You won!
Oh my gosh, this is perfect because he just lost his blade. You know, I told you he lost his 001 in the ocean. So we could just give him, if we could find the 001, we could give it to him and then he doesn't have to pay for it. Unless you'd rather have the 002. What do you think, Ron Izzy? Congratulations.
I mean,
that's so cool, though.
My personal one's back there.
Well, he needs a single edge, though. That's going to be the issue.
I might have a single. I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, he said he'd rather have the 002. Okay.
Okay, cool. Don't throw it in the ocean, you goon. That doesn't make sense. Knives stay out of the ocean. Yeah, so some are good to go. So I've either got to spend the payroll to have the guys go through and get a bunch that are good to go and do a drop and they're coming only in these colors and Merry Christmas, or we're going to have, and there's no way if we start the Nautilus process, and Jeremy's leaving his shop, which is just a few miles away.
So it can be turned into the Nautilus, right?
We have, once I realized what the H was going on, I stopped heat treating those. So I've got a couple hundred that are green, never been heat treated. So those will be super easy to turn into Nautili, which is a school of Nautiluses, Nautili. Lots, stacks, couple hundred. But we got to figure out what the heck to do with the hardened ones. So we're having actually Jeremy's going to come back by the shop this week before we move to the new shop, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to try to figure something out because I can't send you the knife in that condition. And then you go, I think I'd like some brimstone grips. And then you order brimstone grips like, this shit doesn't fit. Those turkeys. So, yeah, that's what's up with those. That's why there are not many Night Stalkers in the world this year. Sucks. But
I think, and Nick Bonomo said I'd rather have a Nautilus anyway. Yeah, I think that people love the Nautilus. And It's an excellent blade if we can
figure out how to hard mill them. But here's the thing. So you've got all the cost already in the Night Stalker. Already. This jacked up. So then what do we put? Another 20, 30 bucks into making it into a Nautilus? Are you going to pay that much?
Yes.
You should, because it's going to be like super fucking awesome. Did you hear I bleep myself? That's what I think we need to do, but we're going to have to see, because hard milling is a completely different process. Completely different. But they still wouldn't be ready for like January, February.
Yeah, I mean, Miss told if you want some of them, just let us know.
How many humans stuck around?
316.
316 of you.
Thank you guys.
Have no life outside of knife life.
Hanging out with us today.
Thanks, guys. So, yeah, we're coming up on the holidays. You guys be really sweet. I think a lot of people are relieved because maybe they were worried about the election, and now they're less worried. And some of you may be more worried. I don't know. But the air about the United States seems a little bit lighter, which is nice. Be happy. Be nice. Don't stick each other with stuff. Have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Do you wait?
What?
I don't know. I have one.
What?
Do you think if somebody watching is interested in one of those, that they can reach out and we could just sell them on an individual basis, or is that too much to deal with?
I mean,
because I'm seeing people in the comments saying, "I'll just buy it without grips and make my own grips."
I don't see why not.
Just let it.
But the problem is,
what I
though,
need to charge for.
You better have some serious freaking handle making skills to make that fit into my sheath. Unless you're going to make your own sheath too. I don't have a problem with that necessarily, because I would just, if you're going to be making your own grip, does that mean you don't want it sharp? You're just going to sharpen the thing yourself? We were actually going to sell kits, build your own TKel knife kit. And that's what it was going to be. It was going to be the blade, the screws, my screws, and a sheath. And you could build your own. And you would sharpen it, do your own thing, and then we're going to be like, hey, who made the coolest thing out of this thing? And have a little contest. You won something? Maybe this is the knife we do that with.
I think the Nautilus would be the best idea if we could get it. If
the hard milling is going to be the big thing. Because
it turns out into a...
It's such a freaking cool knife. Look, here's the first one. How awesome it is. Can you tell that this is a knife that I finally cracked the code on the...
Yeah, somebody was asking why it was black a minute ago.
There you go. You didn't see the beginning of the broadcast? So yeah, the Nautilus started life here. And to make it comfy, I pushed that finger well forward. And this one, I used the laser to put the jimping here.
So you just had to hand grind off like all of the problems.
That's right. And now it's an awesome knife. Because there's nothing wrong with the bevels. It was just this profile. You see how it's center? The back and the ring was all wonky. So to make it comfortable, you have to push that thumb forward so that this back part of the knife becomes part of the grip. So
there's a couple people that have those and they love them.
I freaking love it. I carried it for weeks and weeks and weeks after I came up with it. And then Dustin got crazy and turned every ring knife that we had blemished and just traced that one and ground those out. You know, just pay Dustin to play around. That's what we do.
All right. Thank you guys.
You guys have a great week. Start back at the beginning and watch and understand why some of these knives are black, because it's very, very exciting. Have a great week. Bye.
Thanks, Zachary Schmidt.
Thanks, Zachary Schmidt. I don't know what you did, but thanks.
Y'all have a happy Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you do